Part 2. Verdant Wind. Verdant Rain Moon. Fodlan's New Dawn. With the destruction of Shambhala, the ambitions of those who slither in the dark are forever shattered. However, Rhea has suffered grievous injuries in the process. Yet, certain mysteries remain unsolved, so Claude and the others approach Rhea, who is now confined to her room due to her wounds.
Alright, we are here in the final chapter. And gosh, I don't know how long they plan on vacuuming upstairs, but good grief. Sorry if you hear that. It was almost during the entire fight in the last chapter, and now there's this. Oh, fine. Whatever. Okay, it is at the end of the month.
I am happy to see you too.
Sorry to interrupt your rest. But there are some things that we absolutely must ask you.
It seems I do not have much time left. I do not intend to hide anything any longer.
Rhea, I have to ask. You're the Immaculate One, aren't you? If what I'm thinking is correct, that's what the Children of the Goddess is referring to. In other words, you...
I am the last child of the progenitor god. A long time ago, the progenitor god came from somewhere far away and descended upon this continent. She changed her form to resemble that of a human and gave her own blood to birth her children. The progenitor god and her children shared knowledge and skills with the people of the land. Together, they built a prosperous civilization. But the humans turned their backs on the teachings of the progenitor god and engaged in senseless wars. Eventually, people began to think of themselves as gods and challenged the progenitor god herself to battle. The land was scorched in the war that ensued, and the majority of humans were annihilated. I believe that those who slither in the dark are the descendants of those who retreated beneath the ground during that time.
So they'd been waiting all that time for their chance at revenge.
It took the progenitor god an astonishing amount of time to revive the ravaged world. But eventually, the continent found peace again, and the progenitor god, having fulfilled her duty, fell into a long slumber in the Holy Tomb. The children who stayed behind built a settlement in Xanadu to protect the Holy Tomb as they quietly lived out their lives. But then, Nemesis appeared, bringing tragedy along with him. Even now, I cannot forget the sight of that massive canyon painted red with blood. I was never able to forgive those who proudly wielded weapons crafted from the corpses of my brethren. I was the only survivor of Xanadu, and all I could do was wander across Fodlan, clinging to my desperate desire for revenge. I called myself Seros, fostered the founding of the Empire, and prepared to oppose Nemesis and his followers.
Unbelievable.
I put Xanadu behind me to gather the remaining children who were scattered across Fodlan. Finally, we killed Nemesis on the Tailtean Plains, and I took back the Sword of the Creator.
Let me get this straight. Saint Seros is you? You're kidding me, right?
Professor, Claude, there's something you need to hear right away.
If you have something to report, do so at once. There is no need to let my presence worry you.
As you wish. We're receiving a constant stream of express messengers from cities to the east. They claim that an unidentified military force is attacking, and that there have already been a large number of casualties.
What?
The reports indicate that the cities and towns along the East Gronder thoroughfare in the Old Rim territory have already been destroyed. Some villages were razed completely, leaving no survivors.
Damn it! Did they come from Shambhala? Could it be that there were some remnants of that wicked group hiding there?
have a report. The unidentified military force has crossed the Great Bridge of Murden. Alliance forces met them in battle, but it seems they have already broken through.
They've already made it so far. Is Count Gloucester unharmed?
The Count is fine, but apparently my brother joined with reinforcements and was gravely injured.
You mean to tell me they easily got past a general as skilled as Holst?
They say the enemy general has a weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator. Even my brother was powerless to stop him.
That's not possible.
The enemy forces are flying a banner bearing the crest of flames as they continue their march west along the Aramid River.
We believe they're marching toward Garrett Mach. We are preparing to meet them in battle.
A weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator. And banner bearing the crest of flames. There is only one explanation. The one leading the enemy force is Nemesis himself.
Nemesis? That Nemesis? Do you really think the ancient king of liberation has been brought back to life?
Perhaps the seal was broken when Shambhala fell. An incredible power that we children cannot hope to match dwells within the blood of the progenitor god. Nemesis obtained that blood, so it would not surprise me if that were the case.
The blood of the progenitor god. That's right. He did take the remains from the holy tomb, didn't he?
From the blood of the progenitor god, Sothis, he acquired the crest of flames. From her bones and heart, he crafted the Sword of the Creator.
The Sword of the Creator is made from her bones and heart?
The heart of Sothis is the crest stone that was placed in the Sword of the Creator. The same is true of the crests of the 10 elites and the other crest stones. They were born of the blood and hearts of the progenitor god's children. Those who slither in the dark created them, stole them. Sothis never gifted that power to the humans.
The crests of the 10 elites, the crest stones, and the heroes' relics. I can't believe those who slither in the dark made them all. And after that, Nemesis used the Sword of the Creator to massacre all of the progenitor god's children in Xanadu. In other words, the citizens of Xanadu were killed by weapons made from the remains of their brethren. How atrocious. But I don't get it. The Sword of the Creator that Teach wields doesn't have a crest stone. So how is Teach able to wield its full power?
The crest stone of the progenitor god dwells within your professor. After I battled with Nemesis as Saint Seros, I reclaimed the heart of Sothis. I wanted to use that heart to resurrect her, even though I had to do some questionable things to achieve that goal. I wished to see Sothis, my mother, once more. Yes, I believed that if I could resurrect my mother, I could regain all that had been lost.
So, that's the truth of it.
I suspected that your body housed the consciousness of Sothis. Those suspicions were correct. And yet, she merely gave you her power and vanished. My dearest wish did not come true. But you did inherit the power of the progenitor god. Now, you must use that power to defeat Nemesis once and for all. Fodlan's blood-stained history must end.
Alright, I muted myself through that entire cutscene because they're still vacuuming. It seems like they're not gonna stop. Alright, so, yeah, it's crazy. Sothis is Rhea's mom. And through all of that, we are left with this really interesting kind of, I don't know if I would say narrative, but you're left with so much more as far as the backstory of this world than if you played the Blue Lions. You saw like the questionable things those that slither in the dark do and what they're capable of doing. But you don't get the backstory, and you get so much of it in that one conversation that you have with Rhea. It's insane. Since this is the final chapter of this before everything goes down, I'll actually show this part. There's so many people to talk to. But I guess let's just go from the top, I assume. I just kind of go through it all and start talking to him. Yo, Caspar!
Everyone in Fodlan's united, but the what's-her-faces in the dark or whatever won't let up. Let's get rid of them right away.
The what's-her-faces?
We gotta get some training in so we can crush them. There's not a lot of time, but I'm afraid we won't win if we don't train.
How very true.
I try not to think about what would happen if Lady Rhea were harmed. I can't bear the thought of it. I'm not sure why the Fell King Nemesis picked right now to come back to life. But it makes me angry, that's for sure. Let's kick him back down into the dirt where he belongs.
I almost kind of feel like I should kind of somewhat use her because of that. Although she is level 16.
Ghosts rising up from the ancient ruins. No matter how hard we push back, they don't stop coming. They're persistent. I'll give them that.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't really want to share this part every time because it's a lot of just like little small commentaries, but
I can feel a weight in the air. It is different from before. I do not know this Nemesis person, except what I have been reading. But I am not of Fodlan. My knowledge of this person is very little. Even so, I feel that I can understand it. I know that our enemy has great strength. I am feeling great fear for this battle. You have fear too? You do not look like you do. I have gratitude. I mean, I am grateful that you told me.
yeah, I love Petra.
I can feel a weight in
Petra's
the
just
air. I do not know.
Petra's just so good.
The King of Liberation? The Fell King? His name is Nemesis, right? And he was hidden away for over 1,000 years. Wow, that's a really long time all to himself. But that doesn't make him worth admiring, no matter how much I envy him.
You really envy him? You'd like to be shut away for 1,000 years?
Maybe. Is that a trick question?
Oh, me. Our little shut-in. She's a gem. Alright. Oh. Like always, gardening. I will probably do one more of these. Oh. I need to cultivate. Not gonna be that much of a yield. Alright, that's fine. So let's come over here and look what we have. Are you alright?
Nope. That's why I'm meditating. Just when I think the war is over, it starts right back up again. This is the second time that's happened. Meditating is all I can do to hold myself together right now.
I keep thinking the war is near its end, then it isn't. When can we finally put this dreadful war behind us?
Let's end it with the next one.
That would be wonderful. Imagine the last moment of combat, then peace. It sounds like a fairy tale. I want to make this a world where there is no fighting, where children can grow up happy and safe.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but as long as there's two people, there's gonna be a war. Because someone's gonna find something to be war over.
Hey, Professor. Have you heard from Claude? He says he's gonna throw a feast if we win the next battle. Enough food to clean out the stores.
Sounds great.
So I'm super motivated to win. I'm gonna train every muscle I got. I'm coming for you, Nemesis. I'm coming for you, Feast.
Which one do you think he's more motivated to do? If it wasn't obvious. Oh gosh. Alright. Raphael, you are something. Alright. That being said, there's not a whole lot that's probably going to happen in
Delicious.
This chapter. I might get a few extra support conversations, but I'm not expecting a whole lot. And I might be wrong. I might be able to get a lot, but
I
we'll
gotta
see.
say, Ash, you could really put your food away.
I've got to keep up my strength, don't I?
Of course. It'd be a shame if you could. Alright, oh, it's seriously just you. Alright, Leonie. How about you and Lawrence hang out? Have a meal together.
Could I at least persuade you to eat with utensils?
Eyes on your own plate. Don't you know it's disrespectful to waste food?
Oh boy. Hey, Sylvain.
Just when we think we're in the clear, the legendary Fell King resurrects. Who'd have thought it? Can you handle this getting any weirder? I don't know if I can.
Oh.
I don't know how much of this Nemesis guy is a legend, and how much is true, but I know this. I mean, I'll still fight like I want to die, because that's worked so far, and why change at this late date, right?
Wait.
I mean, I'll still fight like I want to die, because that's worked so far, and why change at this
Why
late
are
date,
you
right?
wanting to... I've... Either I never really cared to pay attention to what people say in between missions when I was doing my own playthrough. Why are you fighting like you want to die? Did I miss something? Or am I forgetting something from a support conversation? That's just weird. Alright. Yo, Claude.
What a magnificent tale.
It's enough to make your head spin.
Rhea's
Certainly is.
real identity is Saint Seros, and the one who attacked us was Nemesis, the King of Liberation. On top of that, you've got the heart of the goddess in you. My flabber is completely gasted right now. But now isn't the time for standing around in disbelief. Nemesis has made it this far for a reason. If we aren't victorious, that's it for Fodlan's new dawn. The world will be forever shrouded in darkness. This is the final battle. Finally. My friend, please give it your all out there.
Most definitely.
Shambhala is destroyed. But are they vanquished entirely, I wonder? Just as Kranya took Monica's form. Perhaps there are some others living above ground.
Quite
Once
possible.
this battle is over, I still have much to see to. But right now, I should focus on the task at hand, on Nemesis. As long as Nemesis stands, both my future and the future of Fodlan hang in the balance.
Well, A pretty important task.
Professor! I can hardly believe we're going to go up against Nemesis. Unfortunately, my doubt won't change the situation. There's nothing for it but to prepare for battle. We must protect Lady Rhea. Hey, you.
Here's Mercedes and Ant.
Is Lady Rhea okay? She was quite weakened to start, and then she took all those heavy injuries. I don't want to imagine it, but what will happen if Lady Rhea passes away like this? I suppose you're right. Come what may, we should all combine our talents and defend the peace of Fodlan.
We went through all that trouble to finish the war, and now we have to fight again? What does this Nemesis fellow have against Garreg Mach anyway? A vendetta against Garreg Mach? That doesn't make much sense at all. At any rate, I'll do what I can to defend the monastery and Lady Rhea.
Alright. Come up this way.
Just when we thought we made it to the end, another enemy approaches. Can we be sure this battle is the last one?
This is it, I think.
I think you're right. Just a little further to the end. Come on, Professor. We have to win.
I love, and I will say this, I love how Marianne went from being a pessimistic person to having some positivity, and she's actually, she's really, she's such a joy.
Fully recovered, she will resume her role as the Archbishop of the Church. Once she's in her rightful place, we'll need a sovereign to lead all of Fodlan. I think you or Claude would be ideal.
We'll see what happens. Alright. This is Eloise. Write all my puns. I can't ink of anywhere where I would have left it. Will you help me recover it? I'm probably just not searching in the right places. Golly. The puns. At least they're better than a certain YouTuber I know. I've heard of. And seen some content of. Oh gosh. Alright. Hilda, how about you and Happy continue to hang out as far as doing this?
Singing is nice, isn't it? The only thing is, I'd prefer to do it without an audience.
Singing's okay, but I should really have a cute dance to go along with it.
Alright.
The fell King Nemesis. I imagine he'll be a worthy opponent. How many foes have tasted my blade? He will be an excellent finale. We will be victorious, Professor. Splendid. Let's do it.
I feel bad because Felix is probably not going to be on the mission at all.
Just when I thought bringing the Empire down would end the war, you had to fight where? Against whom? Everyone's all abuzz again. Could another conflict already be looming? Will this war ever end?
Did you not hear of the insanity that's going down?
Hello there.
Lady Rhea was injured. How could such a thing happen? Wasn't she supposed to be resting? I can't believe she'd put herself in danger by going into battle in that state. Oh, Goddess, please save Lady Rhea.
And I will go ahead and say this, even though we do have an A rank with, well, Is it actually going to show her? Apparently not. We do have an A rank with Rhea, but it doesn't matter if you have an A rank or not. She'll tell you that whole story regardless.
The Javelins of Light that destroyed Fort Mercius. They are what destroyed Shambhala. They were trying to shroud the city in darkness. Perhaps they were planning to swallow us up in that same darkness. Maybe the Javelins of Light were a signal to Nemesis, to awaken him from his long slumber. What do you think, Professor?
I mean, it's possible.
Yes, indeed. I have done some good pondering here. If we keep up this momentum, we will be able to take down Nemesis and restore peace in Fodlan.
Let's try to get that Lance to a C+ at least.
Professor! A turning point in history can also be a chance for profit. At least that's what I thought. But it's not working out that way. And now we have Nemesis to contend with. I can't catch a break. For our sake, please be victorious. If you lose, everything we've worked so hard for will have been for nothing.
Really, dude? You're more worried about profit than your life? Alright, whatever. Don't blame me if you end up dead. Just saying.
Listen. Nothing but unsettling news lately. One crisis after another. My fellow soldiers all seem strangely calm about it. Perhaps it's just because we all believe in you so much. With you around, we know everything will work out.
Well, that's nice to know.
Hey.
We thought we'd taken down the mastermind of this war, and then the fell king Nemesis shows up. Well, no matter what evil creatures we have to face, this old soul will keep defending Garreg Mach. Not only Garreg Mach, though. Also Lady Rhea. Also, you. I think Geralt would be saying the same kind of thing if he were here right now.
I would think something similar.
Did you hear? Our enemy is Nemesis. Unbelievable. It sounds crazy, but there's no laughing it off. We must make our move before they reach the monastery.
So I will say this. It's weird, to me at least, that you never get to have Judith as a party member. Like, they let you have Gilbert, but never Judith. I mean, they did the same thing with Felix's dad, where he was there, but you never got to have him as an ally. I just find it weird, personally. Good grief.
A sudden invasion from Nemesis has plunged the Alliance territories into complete disarray. Against such overwhelming strength, my father and his forces had no choice but to retreat. It was certainly prudent for him to avoid a fruitless death, but as things stand, he will not leave much of an impression on history. So, that falls to me. I will do all that I can for the future of Fodlan and the glory of House Gloucester.
Oh, of course. Alright.
I thought there was no reason to fight anymore. That was a bit naive, I suppose. I guess it'll be a while longer before I can see my family again. But it's worth it for the sake of Fodlan's future.
And for those who've... I will say this. This voice actor for this, the random swordswoman, well, the Church of Sarah swordswoman, it sounds incredibly a lot like Rukia from Bleach, the English voice actress. That's what it sounds like. I don't know for sure, but that's what it sounds like.
I just have to say thanks. For everything. I'm on high alert today, so don't you worry about a thing. This mysterious military force approaching Garreg Mach. Is it true that Nemesis is with them? It was Nemesis who led the 10 elites against St. Saros. It's the stuff of legend. But this time, he won't have the 10 elites on his side. Right? He won't, right?
Foreshadowing? Why are you spoiling the game? Nah.
Seems like the war
Who
is
knows?
gonna end soon.
Of course, Anna. Of course. Oh man, that's a far ways away though. 272. Jeez.
Welcome.
Oh, we're
Come back
not
soon.
gonna use that. Okay. Well, that's a thing. I'll be right back. Alright, well, that was a thing. Let's see what she has to say.
Thought I'd be able to move a lot of merchandise with a big sale to commemorate the beginning of the new age of peace. But until you've taken care of Nemesis, I'm just going to have to maintain my usual prices.
Well, that's just rude. Why can't you go at a discount so I can help? Whatever. You know what? I personally don't care.
Is this it?
I think it'd be,
There you go.
well, understandable to do that. Also,
Is this it?
because why not?
There you go.
At this point, like with the previous one, you spend all the money
There you go.
and all the, really just everything that you've got to
Is this it? There you
make
go.
sure everyone's got
Is this it? There you go.
repaired
Is this it?
stuff.
There you go.
Because they'll be going into this fight with pretty much everything they've got.
There you go.
Alright. Definitely repair that.
Is this it? There you go.
Repair the Spear of Assault.
Is this it? There you go.
Because the thing is we're not going to be able to, we're not going to have a need for any of this money.
There you go.
We're not going to have a need for, oh gosh, 10. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, really? Fine.
Come back anytime.
Certainly. We're gonna have pretty much everything that we have to the highest capabilities we can have it.
Hey there.
Repair. I forget exactly everyone that's going to be coming.
Is this it? There you go.
Or how many people I can have on the battle. I don't know if it's going to be a lot or just a little or what have you. Only one. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to upgrade
There you
that.
go.
So we'll go ahead and do that.
Is this it? There you go.
And that.
Is this
and
it? There you go.
Petra.
Is this it?
I'm
There you
gonna
go.
upgrade the Waldau, but I'm also gonna give her the Sword of Zoltan. I'm not gonna worry about
Come back anytime.
any other item for her specifically, because the Sword of Zoltan, I believe, is better. 1390 and then 9 versus 1390 and 8. It's pretty much the same with a little bit more weight. That's really not needed. I'll let her keep that. We're actually not going to use that. Hilda, you can trade in your inventory for that. We do have a support here between Lawrence and Leone. Oh gosh. Well, Lawrence in general has not been someone I've used quite a lot. I've never seen the conversations between Lawrence and these three at all, so that'll be interesting. We'll have to look into it at some other
Hello,
point.
Leonie. Busy as usual, I see.
Yep, lots to do. Not like you fancy nobles. Hey, can't you see all this stuff I'm carrying? Come on, move over already.
Alas, I cannot comply with your request.
Can't even ask a noble to take a step to the side, huh? That's a joke, right? You're kidding.
You've injured your foot. I could tell immediately by the way you are favoring it.
What?
Heavy lifting will only worsen the injury. Please, permit me to examine it.
Hey, cut that out! Isn't that improper or something, bowing to a commoner?
I am not bowing to you. I am tending your wound.
That's not what it'll look like. Hey, it's fine. Leave it.
Easing the burdens of the common folk is a natural obligation of the nobility. Now hold still and keep quiet for a moment, if you would be so kind.
That's a real pretty way to talk about sitting around in castles doing nothing. Let me tell you, everyone in my village is so grateful to be taxed up to the eyeballs for the privilege of... Ow!
Oh, it's quite swollen. And you're feverish. Fortunately, I do have an ointment here that should be of use.
What? You just carry that stuff around with you?
Certainly. It won't do to be unprepared if I happen across someone in need.
I don't get you, Lawrence.
It seems I've neglected to pack bandages. I'm afraid this handkerchief will have to suffice.
What, that fancy thing? Bit of a waste, isn't it? Hey, no thanks. I don't need some noble's pity.
What about the help of a friend? I am as much that as I am a noble, if you recall.
More of your weird logic.
There, that should ease the pain. And since you are recovering, allow me to carry this burden for you as well. There we are. Now, farewell.
I really don't understand that guy. Oh no, I completely forgot to thank him.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Oh my gosh, she's almost got 100%. Just 2 support conversations left. Her and Lawrence, and then her and Byleth for the S rank. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, anyway. I don't know. Well, I know who I'm talking to up here. Can't talk to Sothis. Well, not Sothis. Gosh, yeah, we can't talk to Sothis either. But we can't talk to Rhea.
Please keep quiet. Rhea is sleeping right now. She does not appear to be very well. I beg of you, please do everything you can to prevent an assault from Nemesis.
Can't do that.
Before the monastery was completed, there was a massive battle on the Tailtean Plains. In that battle, the warrior Seros defeated the fell king Nemesis and reclaimed the bones and heart of Sothis. Those make up the divine sword that you wield and the crest that you bear. Now, Rhea, Seros, lies helpless. The only one who can defeat this so-called King of Liberation is the inheritor of divine power. You have our full and unwavering support. Only you can do this. Please, save this world.
I actually really like that. You see this side of him that's very different. But very welcome. Alright.
Let's see. I got the gist of it from Claude. Those who slither in the dark. They seem to be descended from humans who were forced deep underground after the goddess defeated them. I thought you knew. Yes, that's what I heard from Claude. They were trying to wipe out the goddess and her followers in hopes of taking back the surface. That's why they called themselves saviors. To their mind, they were.
I love just seeing that. Whoa, I thought you knew that. It's like, yeah, we did. It's just like... I don't know. Again, I think some of these options for your... for what you say they don't fit exactly how I would respond.
When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they? The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow, while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor. Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle. I can appreciate that, but just because a choice is better does not mean that it's good.
Well, that's true. It's like you got a bad option or a worse option. Which one do you want?
It seems that there are some Shambhala loyalists in Nemesis's forces. As long as they're around, we can expect them to continue with their cruel experiments. Yes, we have to. It's the only way to ensure nobody else will go through what I went through. We must obliterate them in the next battle. It's the only recompense for Edelgard's death.
And it doesn't make much sense in that, but we'll see exactly why later. Well, I guess we kind of saw it. You saw that she had the crest of flames and the crest of Saros, so you can kind of deduce the same thing kind of happened to her.
Fodlan is essentially no more. We have nothing standing between us and Nemesis. If we're defeated, the whole land will be in great danger. We have no choice but to stake our lives on stopping the enemy.
Life can be tough, you know. But if you've got your friends to help you through, it can be a lot easier. Maybe you butt heads sometimes, but that's okay. That's how you build bonds, right? And I've got friends, Professor, plenty of those. It's true love that seems to have passed me by. But where is my true love to be found? Where is my ray of hope? At this point, you're the only man who pays attention to me. I guess I'll have to take what I can get.
Is that just like a slight of like, yeah, I'm picking somebody else. Just saying. Jeez, woman. But I understand that sentiment completely.
Yes.
Anyway.
The King of Liberation wakes after 1,000-year slumber. Feels like I'm living a nightmare. You too. I hope you're not following my lead on this one, Professor. Maybe this Nemesis who's attacking us isn't even the real thing. Either way, the damage and death he's causing are real enough. I will fight to protect those who need it.
I hear some super strong and evil fellas are after Lady Rhea. She just barely made it back to Garrick Mach. And then this has to go and happen? I'll protect Lady Rhea as best I can. And you're gonna do the same thing, aren't you, Professor? Yeah, I know you will. Cut him down, Professor. Get every last one of those guys.
You're gonna be with me, dude. Alright, got a few more people to talk to.
Hi.
Shambhala. An underground city with an entirely different lineage than the goddess? Strange phenomena, driven by a source totally alien to the crest that we understand. Most unsettling. Could it be magic? Some manner of technology? I would like to know the truth of it all. Very much so. I want to know their history, their knowledge. Why do you suppose they chose this place to occupy? I intend to carry out multiple excavations around the city. There is so much to learn. Yet, first we face battle with a king who has defied time. Yes, the excavations can wait, I think.
You think? Oh, dude. You're a character.
So we're defending Fodlan's future, huh? Kinda makes my mercenary ambitions feel pretty small. So I'll think about my promise to Captain Gerald to protect you instead. That'll be my reason to fight. If I can get you through this in one piece, that's just as good as defending Fodlan's future, isn't it? I just hope he's watching.
Close. We're close. We're so very close. But this isn't Professor Oak in Pokemon's
challenged Nemesis. He knew he couldn't win. He just did it so that his friends could escape. He emerged from the battle with a terrible injury. It's a miracle he didn't die. Well, maybe he should have been a little less noble. When you're dead, you're dead. Dying to save someone else seems to defeat the purpose. I wouldn't do it. He's alive, and in spite of myself, I'm really proud of him. Excuse me, could you
I will say this, I understand her what she means by that. But it's kind of alright, where is there somebody that is there really no one else that's good with lances that I can talk to? Maybe Sylvain? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, if anything, I am going to be doing more than one monastery visit. Hell, come on. There we go.
Professor. I mean...
Yeah, there we go. And left with one, of course. Fine. Let's go underground. Let's go to Abyss.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
And this is actually the only this is the only path that will allow you to kind of run around on the final chapter.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. A nosy little bird told me some undead jerk is coming to attack us. That's just silly though. Pure silly. On a personal note, I'm, chewing on an idea. Marriage. I'm thinking of getting hitched. If I do, I may have to move up top. I'd like to leave this place on my own 2 feet, not in a body bag. I want to live. For her. So, please win this one, Professor. Do it for all of us.
Oh. So, I didn't show it, but essentially he, for so many chapters, he was going on about the buddy that came during, like, that war, before the war with Edelgard started, about how he really missed him and didn't know what happened to him and everything, and you find out that the guy actually dies, and so he's wanting to he found out he died and met the guy's sister and wanted to be there to help her out. I'm guessing that's who he's talking about, is that guy's sister, but I don't know.
I came here with my grandpa, but then he fell down, and now he's not moving anymore. Did my grandpa die? I don't know what to do. My mommy and daddy went to a field. They're still not back yet.
Well, moving on.
Why,
It's
hello there.
That's weird. Okay, so we can actually strengthen a bond if we want.
Come back soon now.
That specifically works with support. So if you want a specific support to happen, you can push it. I guess what I could do is push burnings.
Why,
With
hello
Byleth.
there.
For 500 or down, you can do this. So if you're looking to push to hopefully get some support points going on,
Everything is within your grasp. Come back soon.
you can do that. I know it's not going to happen immediately, but that's a good way of pushing that. This here, it takes 10,000. It's absolutely insane. But this kind of just shows the different fates you can intertwine with people. So it's kind of like, oh, look at all these different characters that have this high connection between each other.
Back soon now.
But I'm not spending that. Golly, no. Alright, oh, they're all over here.
I won't allow our dream to be snuffed out by one who should be long dead. The coming battle will demonstrate to all the world the power that I, Constance von Nouvelle, wield. You shall know it when you see it.
Fantastic, I'm glad you're happy.
In the end, I guess it's a good thing Holst isn't joining us. If Nemesis could rough up my buddy that bad, he must be tough as hell. Damn straight. Between the two of us, we can't lose. Not to mention our allies. Death has nothing on us. I swear to avenge Holst. Huh? He doesn't have to be dead to be avenged. Don't play semantics with me.
Throughout my life, I'm always calculating, always trying to suss out what will happen next. But this? I never could have predicted Nemesis rising from his grave and coming to kill us all. Who'd have figured it, you know?
It is quite a surprise.
And again, if I were able to predict everything, life would be a drag. I intend to lean into the chaos.
Seems like you're going to enjoy it. Alright, so there's one more activity point I can use. Alright, Rex, stop barking. They're all barking. But, oh, there's the cat. Man. I guess I could do this. I really am not exactly sure what I want to do for this last one, so I'm gonna... I don't know. We're just gonna kind of roll with it.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste. I think I like this, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure.
Great. I'm so happy you were so thrilled about that. Alright.
It's peaceful here. Flowers are so calming. Just looking at these, it's like all the terrible parts of the day just disappear. If only people could be more like flowers.
What's Byrne doing? She looks like there's something wrong.
All these nobles are just terrifying. And the commoners? Just look at Dorothea. So pretty, popular, dazzling. There's no way someone like me could ever be close with someone like that.
Byrne, are you okay?
Dorothea! Did you hear all that?
just the part about you wishing you could get along with someone. So, Bern, who have you got a crush on? Seriously now, you have to tell me. Who are they? Do I know them? I'm so excited for you, Bern.
No. I was actually thinking about being friends with you.
Me? I thought we already were friends.
That's not what I mean. Oh, I'm such a coward. I thought it would be great if we could be closer. But old memories just get in the way for me.
Bern, whatever happened in the past, you know you have my full support. I'm here for you. I thought we'd already been friends for a long time now. Please.
Just forget it. We'll never be close friends. Father would just... He would just...
No! Wait, Father? What did she mean by that?
You might not want to know that. Just, you're probably better off not knowing. Anyway. Okay. It's a thing. But yeah, I'll spend the rest of the month like normal, and I'll cut out the unnecessary garbage and come back when we have support conversations or we reach the end of the month. So there we go. See you guys in a little bit.
Picking wildflowers? Seems such a common activity for someone like you.
To me, the most beautiful flower is the one that blossoms by its own strength. Lysithea, please accept this as...
Knock it off! Sorry. It's just that the thorns are a bit sharp, and I'm not a fan of killing nature.
True sympathy, even for the smallest wildflower. I admire your kindness. When you inherit your house, that kindness will be a balm to your subjects. They and the neighboring lords will trust you instinctively.
Politics. Again.
The Alliance has been harmed in the past by lords who thought only of themselves, who saw others as a means to an end. But you understand others' pain. With you around, I am quite hopeful that the Alliance will flourish again.
That's not something you should get your hopes up about. House Ordelia will end with my father.
I'm sorry? I understand you have a distaste for politics, but could you really allow a noble house 3 centuries old to fall to ruin? This goes beyond you and even your house. What would become of Fodlan if all its noble houses withered away in such a manner? The people would be in disarray. The balance of power would crumble. Chaos would rule.
No, it's just... My body, unfortunately, is not built to last, and I have no siblings. When I die, that's the end.
What?
Noble birth has been nothing but a source of pain for me. For me, and for my parents. We got sucked into the rebellion in the Empire, and it led to many responsibilities for us. The things we went through. I can hardly bear to speak of it. All I want now is to give my mother and father the chance to live out their years in peace. I intend to do whatever I can to ease the hardships of our people, while I still have life left in me. Naturally, I worry about what will come to pass after I'm gone. But I'm sure things will work out, so long as there are people like you around working so hard for a better future.
So you have been thinking of the future, even despite all of that. I am so sorry. I had no idea. Lysithea, I have offended you most persistently. Please find it in your heart to forgive my impudence.
Don't worry about it. If you're so insistent upon being my friend, I'm sure more tasty snacks and tea will help persuade me. But if speaking of the future holds such importance, better to find someone who actually has one.
I understand. Yes, let's take tea together again soon. Ah, Marianne, I've been meaning to thank you. The books that you lent me have proved most fascinating. Would you permit me to offer you tea as a token of my gratitude?
I'm a little busy right now. Maybe later tonight?
Of course. I will look forward to it.
Thank you for inviting me over.
Certainly. Thank you for coming. Oh, and please, relax. This is no formal occasion.
Oh, this tea tastes so good.
Doesn't it just? This is my absolute favorite. I'm pleased you like it. This pastry may suit your palate also. It is commonly paired with this tea in my homeland.
Ah, it's sweet. It complements the astringency of the tea.
You have exquisite taste, and there is plenty more where that came from. We simply must do this again.
You want to spend more time with me?
Naturally.
Well, that's... Actually, there's something I need to say.
Yes? What is it?
I've been keeping this from you for a while. It's about my crest. It's just terrible.
Please, that's quite enough.
Oh.
You're trembling. If uttering this secret hurts you, then I have no desire to hear it.
It's just...
Your smile is a greater gift to me than any truth. Whatever you have hitherto concealed, I am certain it is essential to you, and I do wish to know it. But not until the day arrives when you can tell me with a smile on your face. I am not the sort of man to prize my own knowledge over others' happiness, you know. Besides, the mystery is part of your charm.
You're funny, Lawrence.
There, that's what I mean. Your beauty is always captivated, but that smile truly warms my heart.
This is the first time I've smiled in so long, and I have your kindness to thank for that.
As I've said, you are perfect just as you are. But I suppose I can take a little credit. Yes, your radiant smile shall illuminate all the world. With me by your side, you will not be able to help it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Hello, Hilda.
Oh, Seth, good day.
Is it?
Did I do something wrong?
Not to my knowledge. But I cannot help but notice that you no longer shy away when I speak to you.
You noticed that, huh? When you stare at me, I feel like you're peering into my soul.
And that no longer bothers you? Does that mean your conscience is finally clear?
Nah, I got used to it. I know you're not scary.
That's unfortunate. You really should do something to correct your lazy behavior.
Maybe that's true. I wouldn't want to be like the fox, forced to wander in the snow all winter.
I'm pleased to see you grasp the moral of the story.
Don't you think the squirrel was a little cold-hearted, though? He seemed not to care about what happens to his friend, as long as he himself is happy.
You know, that is a valid point. I have no wish to encourage that attitude in children. Perhaps if the fox only survives thanks to the squirrel kindly sharing some of his acorns. How does that sound to you?
I like it okay. I'm sure the kids will admire that nice, compassionate squirrel.
Thank you for your insight. As it happens, I have some other stories that I wrote for Flame. Would you like to hear them?
You should make a book out of them. It's a shame that only Flame and I get to enjoy them.
What a fine idea! I will begin immediately. Though I feel such a book requires illustrations, and I have no artistic talent. Would you lend me a hand?
I think Ignatz might be a better choice, but I can probably manage. Not like they need to be terribly fancy.
I could use some more of your wisdom with regard to the content of the stories also.
That sounds like a pain, but I'm invested in this now. Let's do it!
Excellent! That's wonderful to hear. Let us produce the very best book we can, for the children's sake.
He looks so excited. I can't help but lend a hand. again, said it. Oh, full basket. Big catch?
Indeed. Thanks to you, I now know all about the proper use of bait.
Even so, that's quite the haul.
I have developed a few tricks of my own as well. In my enthusiasm, I may have gotten a little greedy.
Oh, yeah?
Once I started to catch fish, I began to pay very close attention to the number I had caught. I hear it is not uncommon for one to become a little preoccupied with that sort of thing. And when I recalled the prospect of having what I caught cooked for me, the challenge was too tempting to ignore. But alas, it seems I have gotten a little more preoccupied than is appropriate for my age.
Well, that's only natural. Seeing what you've already got just makes you curious how far you can take it.
It has made fishing an even richer experience for me. And for that, I must thank you.
Don't mention it. Actually, I should thank you too.
Oh?
Yeah. Used to be, I only ever fished for food. Lately, though, I've been coming here just to relax. I do still eat the fish, of course, but I appreciate fishing in a whole new way now.
Seems we have both made worthwhile discoveries. So which is it today? Hunger or relaxation?
I'd only planned to take it easy, but seeing all you've caught has definitely made me hungry.
I had planned to bring all of them to you regardless. Take as many as you please.
Hey, thanks. In that case, why don't we eat together? You can leave all the cooking to me.
Delicious.
Marianne, may I join you?
Yes, Ferdinand, of course. Is something wrong?
I am sorry, but, you seem very different compared to how you were before.
That may be true.
Right there. You are smiling. I do not think I have ever seen you smile.
Please, you're making me blush.
I do not mean to embarrass you. I am just saying you seem to have truly changed.
Well, I have you to thank for that. In truth, I spent a lot of time thinking about what you said. It meant so much when you told me that everyone has a purpose to fulfill. Even me.
I am so glad to hear you say that, Marianne. I wonder, did you find a purpose for yourself?
No, not yet. But I've been much happier since I started thinking about it more. I remembered a time back when I was working at the animal clinic. The rest of the staff was so thankful for the work I had done. Even in something as simple as looking after animals, I was able to make myself useful to others. Thinking about it made me realize that anyone can make other people happy, even someone like me.
It sounds to me like you have already found your answer.
What do you mean?
Making people happy. If you ask me, that is a truly worthwhile purpose.
You may be right. I just remembered. I wanted to ask about your food.
Yes? What about it?
Today was my turn to prepare the meal. How is it?
Oh, it is delicious. The flavor and the texture are superb, so you are certainly making me happy.
I'm glad you like it.
I hope you will learn to like yourself. For what it is worth, I like you.
Oh?
Maybe, if you have the time, you can cook something for me again? For me alone, I mean.
Of course. It would be my pleasure.
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean. 5 whole years. It's weird to think about. No. But if you'd asked me that 5 years ago, I'd have said the opposite. I have friends here, and I have you. The monastery's become a second home to me. Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come. It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room, let alone the monastery. Maybe the battlefields just dulled my senses. I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. I don't panic nearly as much as before. A new place? All on my own? That sounds like a tough assignment. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Hey, hold on. You're teasing me, aren't you? Please don't joke around like that anymore. It's torture for me. Come on, Professor. I'm begging you. Please promise me you won't do that again. Friends respect each other's feelings, don't they? Good. I'll hold you to that. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out anywhere on my own. Got it? You would need to come with me. If you're with me, I can go anywhere in the world. No, that defeats the purpose. Why can't you get what I'm saying? I thought we were finally getting close. Guess I'm not good enough for that, though, am I? I'll let you have this one, but you better be ready for next time.
Alright. A lot has changed in this short time period. Also, fireworks. So there you go. But there's a decision that needs to be made.
It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love, as well as I love her.
Well, honestly, throughout all this, there's been two people that have been back and forth about this. Petra and Happy. Also, I don't know why this is an option that's grayed out. Oh. There you go. Gosh, Happy is such a gem. And so is Petra. The both of them have been fantastic. But I have to choose, which is the sad part. Well, I'll leave it as a surprise about who I pick. All right, let's get going. I will go ahead and tell you, in between everything, just so I could get some last bit of renown, I cleaned out the storehouse. Well, apparently I have 5 smithing stones from the final bit of the goals thing, but other than that, I cleaned it out. I went to the altar that's in Abyss and then just offered all of it, and even spent all my money offering it. I ended up with 10,000 renown, and I bought all of the rest of these. All the ones that I didn't have, I went ahead and bought them, and I just gave them to different people that I thought would be using them. I didn't bother taking ones off of people I stopped using, but I think I picked a good amount of people. I only did one group of fighting, because one's like weekend of fighting. You do have 5 weekends in this, so the 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. Those are all Saturdays you can spend doing stuff. So if you want to make some last minute upgrades to people, then you have that time there. I think I'm good. We're doing this for the freedom of Fodland. And the suggested level is level 42. So, yeah, we kind of knocked that out of the park with, well, people being level 50 and whatnot. So I think we're going to be fine. But let's get this thing started. There we go.
A military force bearing the crest of flames on its banner marches west to Garreg-Mach from Shambhala, attacking nearby cities along the way. Rhea informs the Alliance that the enemy's general is none other than the ancient Fell King Nemesis. And so, the Alliance army prepares for their final battle, hoping to put an end to Fodland's blood-stained history.
I guess we could think of the fireworks as fighting going on in the beyond. I don't know. Alright. For the freedom of Fodland. And that was actually a pretty big one. Oh.
What's the plan, my friend? I thought you'd say that. And of course, I'll be joining you. What about the rest of you? Our enemy is a monster of legend. As always, there's not a shred of proof that we can win.
A foolish inquiry, Claude. I must finish what my father started.
Started? Your father ran away before the battle even began.
Well, all the more reason why I, as his heir, cannot flee now.
I'm in. I need to get back at him for hurting my brother. I'm not going to let him get away with it.
Wow. Hilda's serious about this.
I, too, will fight until the end. I wish to protect Fodland's future.
I feel the same as Lysithea. It would hardly be fitting for Captain Gerald's apprentice to bow out now. I'll show them everything he taught me.
I will give it my all as well. For the Professor, for Claude, and for all of you who helped make me as strong as I am now.
I'm in too. When we're done, I'm gonna eat tons of steak to celebrate.
This truly is the final battle. At this point, you shouldn't have to ask us, Claude. You know we're with you.
I do know that, Ignatz. But I had to ask, just to make sure.
Look at how reliable you kids have become. You've trained them well, Professor. This Nemesis guy should be arriving soon. Is everyone ready?
It's finally time. That's right. I'm confident we have what it takes to win. Let's defeat this dusty old king of liberation and put an end to this history of lies. Once we've done that, there'll be nothing holding us back. A new and brighter age will begin. Let's go, my friend. Fodland's new dawn awaits.
Alright. Let's end this. Oh boy. Gotta build up the drama. Gotta build it up. Oh man, this is actually a pretty difficult mission if you're not prepared for it. So I would suggest if you think you're low leveled at all, you will want to fix that because, well, going into this is not going to be pretty if you are low leveled. Now, before anything begins, there are multitudes of bosses. And each one of them will have this. An axe created using ancient technology modeled after the relic Fugakill. I forget how this axe is actually pronounced. There are Daphne. Where's the other one? There's multitudes of bosses, and they are the 10 at Blade. There's one over here, Lamine, Dominic, Gautier, Faldaris, Regan, and of course Nemesis himself. Gloucester, Charon, all of these bosses, and yes, there's for some reason chests to open as well. I guess if you want to have some last minute stuff to get. There are 3 chests. You don't carry over items into the next save in a New Game Plus, so there's really not a point to prioritize going for them. They might give you something nice, but that's about it. Also the swamp, it will hurt you like the lava parts of Alel. You do not want to stay in them. There is a way to neutralize the poison, but we do have to... I forget who it is that's causing it. It might be Gloucester. But you have to, well, kick some tail. So in this map, you have a lot of people, as you can see, joining in the fight. You have a total of 12. I'm definitely not bringing Bernadetta and Sedith. Good grief, no. I am going to bring Cyril, and I'm also going to be bringing... who's the other one that's decently leveled through all this? Honestly, Yuri. As far as who I'm going to have as backup, for you, I am going to have... we'll have Lawrence, because he feels the need to help out. Claude will have Sedith back him up. Who else? Yuri, you and Balthus can hang out. Alright. I did change Lysithia over to a Dark Flyer. Not sure why her HP has a green on that. That's bizarre. Yeah, why is the second number in her HP green when I bring this up? No one else's is like that. Alright, whatever. Just whatever, I guess. Okay, so you do want to make sure that you are a decent level. As you can see here, Cursed Power units recover HP on Swamp. That's pretty much on... I think that's on everybody. But if you look at the thing here, the 10 elites, it grants power to the mighty King of Legend. You really actually... The whole goal in this is taking out all the other bosses before you fight Nemesis. If you don't, Nemesis cannot be killed because of his stat boost. So negates one attack per turn and strengthens stats while the 10 elites are present. So he can just immediately block one of his attacks and that are thrown at him. He has counterattack, so he's going to be able to attack you no matter how far away you are. Keen Intuition grants 30 avoid of combats with 2 or more spaces away. So our Lysithia and Happy are not going to be very good against him at all. In Renewal, he also has Heart Seeker, Sword Flare, and Commander. This guy is not joking. If 45 strength, 51 defense, 47 resistance, 43 dex. This guy has got a lot of stats. But enough talking about all this. Let's get this party started. Let's kind of situate a little bit more about where everybody is. You do want to use the forest as your cover. that way you don't have to worry too much about all the insanity that's going to ensue once all of this starts. Let me make sure the battalions are all good to go. Alright, let's go.
Nemesis is here, and with more soldiers than expected.
A swamp, huh? But there's something about it. It looks odd somehow.
Can't breathe. You should not have done that. Be careful. The water is poisonous to the living.
Looks like we better not get near that swamp. Try to avoid it during the fight.
And in starts some crazy, epic opera music.
What's my strategy?
So, you want to be extremely careful, because all of these enemies will be able to just pretty much move at their pace, and if you're not careful, will end you. So, what we're going to do first is have our guys do as much as possible to whittle down the numbers if we can, if not just outright taking some of them out, because this is going to be something crazy if we can't do it.
Witness frigid pride.
All right. And
Why not?
Can't quite take you out. Although we can move this way and take him out this manner.
Same old,
Pretty
same
simple. Now, I do want to show off one thing. Byla's stats. I don't know how I got him to have this for his stats, but here we are. 55 strength. I did take off the sword flare. Not sword flare, sword prowess. Because I was using brawling. I didn't put it back on. I wanted to keep the dex +4 because this was 38. And I wanted to have it a higher stat. And Fist Fair is really nice. Honestly, I see this as a, well,
At the ready.
just as something that is incredibly useful. Thankfully with this, flyers are completely fine over the swamp, so having a lot of flyers in this mission is a good thing. And gosh, we're gonna need the flyers' abilities to just not really care. So, alright, Dark Spikes. Take this guy out. He's more or less the ancestor to...
Huh? I think they've got some sort of magical link with Nemesis.
Could the magic be protecting him?
Not sure, but we'd better take out his 10 commanders before taking him on. 9 more commanders remaining. We just killed number 10. These can't be the 10 elites, can they? Nah, not likely.
You say that, but they not only have the ability to have this, but they have the actual crest. This is not the minor crest of Goneril, but the actual crest, the major crest. So, they don't explicitly say it, but my thought is they're kind of like Nemesis in the sense of them being like Nemesis. He's going to be somebody, as you can see, those stats are absolutely insane. You can't kill him. Even with Byla's stats, we're not going to do any damage to the guy. So, my thought is these are actually the true ancestors to everybody. That with House Goneril and everything, these are the actual ancestors. That being said, 94 crit.
I must leave them.
That's why I gave him the bow. And with the Chalice of Beginnings, he can counterattack at any distance. Bolting, let's go ahead and try to take him out. Nice.
They were sure to perish.
She also does... Oh, I didn't even put it on! Oh my gosh. She does have the ability to have increased range, but I somehow forgot to put that on. Yay me. Alright. Get wrecked, please.
My orders?
Shall we?
Let's move you over here and give you the Wadow equipped. Have you wait. Recover a gambit use. You didn't use your gambit, so there's not really a point in that. Let's try not to get hit. This Abraxas is gonna hurt though.
So close.
Okay, good.
We're all desperate, aren't we?
Let's move you over here, and we'll have you kind of hang back. Oh wait, who's aiming? Oh gosh, no. Please do not hit Marianne.
I will kill you. Do not get in my way.
So that's Nemesis. You're a crusty old bastard, you know that?
All those who stand in my way will be destroyed.
Alright. The one wielding the same weapon she wields is going up against her. Do want to be careful about that. Well, I don't know what you were expecting at that point. Oh yeah, definitely not gonna work, dude. Unfortunately, that dude had 3 health left. That's garbage. She did master Darkflyer.
I think I really get it now.
Well, that's good. No chance of hitting.
Close call. Step aside.
Give the goddess my regards, yeah?
Really? You're gonna go after her? Well, I guess. I understand that. It was just still pretty dumb. Alright, so... not enough, really, to warrant doing that. No. Agnia's arrow, maybe? Oh gosh, I don't even need to do that, Sagittae.
I assume a stray arrow finished it.
And of course we have the Constance who's actually clinically depressed or something. Golly. Oh man, she's a gem. Alright, now can we have some fun with this? Really? Really? Ah, fine. Got rid of Goneril. Yeah, let's get rid of you.
Not giving up. All this violence, and for what?
Well, for something cool. It's not that, but alright. Let's do Killer Knuckles. Spear of Assault.
For Gerald.
Alright, I'm glad I gave her the Crest of All then. I really am. What is he gonna be able to do? Ow, jeez, yeah. Totally doing that.
Hope you're ready.
Got rid of you. I'm gonna have you head up this way. Yeah, that's kind of annoying right there. But I'm gonna have Lysithia take care of this. And have her
I will not die yet.
kind of retreat. You shouldn't be able to aim. No, he's just going to go after Marianne, which I am going to move her out of the way and just heal Petra.
Appreciated.
That's going to be much needed. That's probably why they put these two ballistas here, just so they could go after any flyers, because they know you would want to pick that. Alright.
Pull out all the stops.
What? Ugh. Again, it's, like I said. The whole thing
Let's go.
has become slightly ridiculous. Alright. Longbow? Yes.
I'm in.
Oh yeah, definitely with a 95. Shoot. I better hit. I would be kind of upset if I didn't. There we go. Okay. Alright, broke that first health bar.
At the ready.
There we go. 95 again. This better actually hit. Okay. I thought he dodged it for a second there. I was gonna be a bit upset. Alright. Not that we need that Umbra Steel, but I wanted to make sure that thing couldn't do anything. Well, Daphne, I'm sorry, but not. I'm surprised he did. didn't do that first off. The 84 crit? Jeez. Alright. There we go with Lawrence. And he's gonna heal that dude. Alright.
Guess I have no choice. Fighting wears me out.
I need to look and see what happened. Like what her strength went to, because I feel like it went down ever since switching her over to a Zavin. Good grief. Got hit both times.
Really wanted to die, huh?
Well, Balthus got a level up.
Stronger the better.
I mean, that is a decent level up there. What did her strength go? That's 30, so it's not terrible. It's not fantastic though. And that 70 chance of crit, or I could do an 80% chance of crit. I think I'm gonna do that. And she doesn't. Of course she doesn't crit. Why would she? I'm sorry, but it's just like, yeah, of course that happened. Ugh.
I came out on top this time.
Careful.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Sunshine.
Let's get rid of you.
They were sure to perish.
Very good.
Alright. Let's try this.
Strategy in motion.
Alright. Don't like the fact that you had a spear. Just put
A fitting outcome.
I'm impressed.
What's my strategy?
I will prevail.
You head in.
I'll do my best.
We'll have Hugh perform a psychic on him.
Unexpected.
Put me in there.
Have you
My orders?
start getting ready to go there.
Let's
Alright.
make this quick. You're in my way! You've got no time for mercy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to give her a battalion. That's a problem. Also, you want to make sure you kind of head this way. You want to take out that dark mage that's sitting on the tile. He'll start summoning reinforcements.
Watch and learn.
6% chance of hit with one mount. Jeez. Charon, you are terrible. Well, that's another one of them down. Abraxas? Ah, nothing. Pass. I mean, I guess, but you just got owned, dude. And Lawrence was hanging out with me.
My skills are rising to my status.
$31. Ouch. Oh, he missed. That's good. Very good. 0% chance of hit. My kind of hit percentage against enemy. From enemies to me, anyway. Alright, well, we got rid of that dude. Nothing to worry about. Yes. Yeah, Odessa is someone you want to take care of pretty quickly. He'll start summoning reinforcements in the sense of monsters and all that nonsense if you don't take him out. Also, a lot of the other guys just disappear
Now
too.
we can't call any more demonic beasts. Time to see off his allies.
Alright. You do want to be careful about this approach because after a certain point, Nemesis will start moving. You don't want to be in the range of that. Let's get rid of you. That way you don't have to worry about it.
My joke of a life drags on. I have grown marginally stronger.
Oh, come on. I did give her this, so it would occasionally increase her magic attacks, so basically kind of like how Lysithia's been doing it. I'm hoping that'll help, but, well, there's no telling. Alright, Regan. I wasn't expecting a crit out of that. Nice.
My skills are rising to my status.
Alright, well, we just ballista critted the dude. Alright. Well, it wasn't even a ballista. It's an onager. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. How much damage is... Oh. Yeah. That crit's warning me, but... Alright, cool. Actually, I think it's Lamine that's poisoning the water. So, might want to make sure you take care of that. Okay, so... Hades... 76 or 71, but I would need both of these to hit. Let's do Hades. There we go, we got rid of Dominic. Yeah, because you have bolting.
Thanks for helping.
Thankfully, Caspar has a lot of health. We don't have to worry about that too much. Crit. Yep.
Attack at your own risk.
The only way I can't counterattack. Oh, me. I'm curious, why are you... Oh, Caduceus staff. His stats have fell down pretty... by a large amount. Oh. Alright, I actually want to do this. Attack, well, arms. This actually doesn't do a whole lot. He does have 107 health, so you do want to be careful of that. Alright. Frill dog. Not really a problem. Got rid of you.
Imagine being
I will say that crest makes up for the fact that she can't, she doesn't have that additional magic strength, which is incredibly useful to have. You're gonna be here. You run up this way. I want to... So that's not going to really do anything. Can I get you... Kind of. But you know what were really super useful? Let's try this again and hopefully I won't have to worry. Okay, there's no one dodging it. Good. That was annoying earlier. Alright. So, we've got that. Now we have... Actually, I can just have him do a longbow attack. And not have to worry about it.
That's what you get.
Let's move up here. Okay, so she can't. You can actually seal her magic if you want to. Also that plus 20 hit. That's just for her bolting, isn't it? Well, it's more for that. More than that, but you get what I mean. She specifically has that so she can hit with bolting, because bolting doesn't have the best accuracy. Alright. You can counter with bolting. I just realized, I didn't notice it beforehand.
The swamp cleared.
That's crazy. Alright. Oh yeah, once you clear the swamp is when they start moving. Arrow of Indra. That's a weapon we never get.
Some doing, but now's our chance to face off against Nemesis.
Alright, you still want to be careful. Just because 10 of those bosses are down. Oh gosh, nothing. You're not going to do any damage. Oh no. That's bad. And you've got a tomahawk to attack with. Alright. So he's not moving right now. I know he does move. That's the problem. Let's do a Sothis shield.
Thank you.
That way we can... I thought I was going to have to use it last time, but somehow I didn't need to. Let's get Happy closer.
I came out on top. This time.
And that's his stats currently. He still has 51 defense, which is... ugh. But it's better than what it could have been. or where it was, I should say.
Sorry, but it's you or me.
Also, don't be afraid to spam the abilities of your relics, because this is the last chapter. This is the last fight of this path, so go crazy, as it were. Let's do Fimbulvinter. I was hoping that would have crit, but I guess I was hoping for the wrong thing. I don't know. Fine. And boom.
Burns with pride. You're really tough.
I'm definitely doing this now. Since you don't have the protection of the woods.
Make a difference.
That was fun to watch.
Just get rid of this dude. Hey, who needs the insanity of the rest of it?
You lost that
Let's do this, actually. I should have put the killer Knuckles on.
Hope you're ready.
Because that's not doing a lot of damage.
You are in my way. I fight for justice's name.
Edger's not doing good. Alright. Let's have you take on the Ancient Soldier.
I will not die yet.
Killer Knuckles. Didn't even crit, and somehow hit with all of those attacks. Oh, Caspar. Thank you.
I am nearing my limit.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the back for a moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, Petra's health just is not doing fantastic right now. I will say this, probably for the rest of this mission,
Inspired.
there's only going to be a couple people I'm going to use to fight, because Happy's not going to be good in doing any sort of attacking against Nemesis. Alright, let's get rid of this dude.
I've gotten stronger.
Make sure anybody you move over there, well, I'm gonna rescue him, because oh no, wrong person. Hopefully nothing crazy will happen, you know? But as you can see, no damage whatsoever. Ugh, it's not gonna be fun. Alright, Fail Not is the only thing that can actually do damage. Fallen Star is the best move we've got. And this has, like, nothing. Alright, fantastic. This does no damage, but I'm gonna have you wait there just in case this guy... I know he moves. I've seen him move. And it stinks that he's sitting there.
Feeble creature, prepare to die.
I knew she could take the hit, that's why I put her here. Alright, we're gonna move her out of the way. Yeah, Fallen Star. Nothing. I thought Claude said something. Oh, now he moves after you attack him. Okay. Kinda wish I had all the other stuff added. Because, geez, that does a lot of damage. But this is story-esque.
That sword, you bear the crest of flames, just as I do.
Here is something to believe in.
There is still room for.
Oh, you can go above 55? Alright. I thought it was stuck at 55. I guess not.
Well done.
Thank you.
And fireworks keep going off. Oh man. Heal.
I will prevail. Oh, nice.
We're gonna just wait for the end of the turn. Oh gosh. That's garbage. Oh, never mind. I forget. It's Byleth. Oh gosh. And that's it. Yeah, there's no second form or anything. They just give you one super hard boss that even Byleth can't kill in one move.
That one seemed to work. We're almost done. Let's go, my friend. Tough talk from the guy who's lived too long. Allow me to fix that!
You are all pathetic weaklings. You lack the courage to challenge me in lone combat.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us. To reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win! Future historians will refer to this day as the new dawn of Fodlan. Of that, I have no doubt. It's up to you now, Teach. As for my path...
Yeah, that's that right there.
A rising flame was alight as the flow of time carved a new history for Fodlan. The ambitions of the fell king Nemesis were crushed, averting what could have been the greatest crisis in the history of Fodlan. After 5.5 years of war, a new age was set to begin. Country, faith, history, all that had once formed the order of the world was wiped clean. The heroes whose very hand saved Fodlan from a dark fate commenced with the building of a new society. The leaders of this new, unified Fodlan began their walk down a seemingly endless path. One towards a world that would cherish differences in race and belief. One where all life would be valued equally. Those leaders clung to the hope that their path would not end with Fodlan, that it would someday span the seas to Dagda, and beyond the throat to Elmira.
Of course, as soon as I turn on this.
This is quite a place. Whatever you wanted to tell me must be pretty important.
It is.
Okay, what's going on? You're making a weird face. It's freaking me out. You're going to rule over all of Fodlan, right? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, but...
This is a chance to replace the old hollow Church of Seros with something new. Something better. In your new position, you can make that happen.
I can certainly try.
Then do it. Those hypocrites preached about love and decency while shoving folks like me into the shadows. That's a pretty shoddy religion in my book. You can reshape it into something that actually helps people. Not that I need any help, mind you. I can help myself just fine.
Well, that's definitely true.
Oh, there's another thing I meant to talk to you about. It's,
Gosh, I don't know what... I have something pretty urgent, though.
I know. I'm just nervous, okay? Say whatever you're going to say.
Here.
I knew you were going to do that. I just knew it. Okay, let me tell you why this is a bad idea.
Okay, go ahead.
You know that I'll always be coping with this condition, this curse. It'll always be a part of my life. I feel safe with you, but you'll never feel the same with me. I'm not the kind of person you should get a cat with. Unless you want your cat to be eaten by monsters. Have you thought about all that? I know you care about me. I care about you too. I wish we could spend our lives together, but it just wouldn't be right. I can't let you throw away your own happiness for my sake.
But happy?
Hold on. You're saying that you imbued this ring with magic? An enchantment that wards off monsters. So, it negates my curse? I'm free?
Yes, you are free.
Hang on. That means you weren't really proposing? And here I am talking about getting a cat together.
It's both.
The monster would appear just to save me from the embarrassment. Oh, come on. I can't handle all this will we, won't we stuff. My heart's going to pop out of my chest. Alright. Thank you for giving me a second to collect myself. Yes, you weirdo. Of course I'll marry you. Me too. Well, obviously I'm happy, but I'm also... You know what I mean. I appreciate everything you've done for me. You've changed my life in more ways than one. It's hard not to fall for someone like that. Though, of course, I had a crush on you from the get-go.
What?
Forget I said that. I'm all over the place. We don't know what the future has in store for us, but for now, maybe we can forget all that and just enjoy being together.
Of course.
Good. After all, we worked so hard to get here. Come closer, will you? Damn, that felt good.
Okay, I actually like that. I'm glad I picked her. Alright, oh my gosh. This took a while to get through. So, I do have something I do want to mention. I'm not going to be taking as long of a break for the other two paths as I did between Blue Lions and this one. There's a reason why I'm going to do this. It's because since there's so much that it takes to record all this, it's a pain in the neck if it wasn't obvious. And what I'm wanting to do is I want to have it all recorded and then release everything. I know that kind of may be a little bit weird to do, but the reason I'm wanting to do that is so there's not like weeks that go by and this doesn't go up. So like the past couple of weeks I've recorded like the last 5 chapters. That's a lot of time. So I haven't recorded as much or even edited as much, so that's why very few videos have gone up, because I've been trying to deal with this specifically. That being said, I am going to still do what I can to finish Golden Sun and Monster Hunter. There shouldn't be too much left on Monster Hunter, I think. Heck if I know. It's kind of one of those weird side series that I'm enjoying it, but golly. I haven't put it up yet, but there's this fight with the hard version of the Mitsune, and golly, that irritated me. But it's crazy. But I will say this. I want to be able to try to give this to you guys best way I can, and I think like having that kind of semi break on YouTube for it, but I'm still going to be recording it, maybe not immediately, but I'm going to be recording it as I'm doing the other LPs and trying to get the videos edited and ready for everything. The next path is going to be the Black Eagles, and then after that, the Church of Saros. And what I plan on doing, I'll talk about how I'm going to do that when we start it. But as far as this game, I will say, they give you so much more answers in this, but the actual true path is the one we'll be doing last, which is the Church of Saros route. And it almost looks like you're going to get your answers, and then you don't. It's kind of jerkish. But that being said, I really want to be able to hopefully record without the explosions of everything. Nah, it's just because it's July 4th. Or Independence Day. We're still going to be playing through Golden Sun, A Lost Age. Well, The Lost Age. Having a lot of fun with it. Gosh, that game. Love it. But we'll be doing that and Monster Hunter. And that'll be the only two things going up for a while. And then this will come back when I have everything else recorded. I don't know how long that's going to actually be. Trying to think of other things. As far as it goes for this game, my opinion on it has maybe slightly changed over since the last time I did one of these like moments here. I do like it because a lot of the characters that I may have previously disliked due to their personality, they actually do have redeeming qualities in the second part, and start seeing the good qualities about them. We're seeing complete personality shift like Marianne, and it's really enjoyable for that. I will say this though. If you're playing all four paths, oh my gosh. It is absolutely atrocious. And I don't think playing it all in one sitting is an enjoyable aspect. Especially if you're trying to do everything. That being said, this game in itself, if you play through it once, you feel like there's a lot more questions that haven't been answered, and you don't get all the questions answered unless you go through all the paths. So it's a little bit of a back and forth. I'm not exactly sure what to really think of it. I will say this. It's incredibly... I wish there was a better way to make sure everyone was a competent fighter, I would say. That would probably... If I had a gripe, that would be my biggest one. I guess in some sense when you do have those, like, auxiliary fights during the months... you could spend most of that actually just doing auxiliary fights with different people every time to kind of have everyone around the same level, but at some point someone's going to be lagging and you're going to be behind on the main story level requirement. Well, not requirement, but recommended level, as it were, and you might be in trouble. I'm not going to sit here and read all of it. If you guys want to stop it and read it, you're more than welcome to. I am curious about Balthus, though. He disappeared shortly after the war, but rumors of his exploits swirled around a long time thereafter. Some say he returned to Capula, where he became a protector of the mountain folk. Others say he returned right under Garrett Mock. Whatever the truth of his domination, first ever all-full tournament brawl. Oh. Yeah. And I will say this. Like any Fire Emblem game, it has a lot of good things going for it. But I will say this, and because of it being on the 3DS, I can't actually record it. This does it tries to do the same thing Fates did, but did it poorly. Essentially, Fire Emblem Fates was 3 separate games almost. Like, the first 7 chapters are the same, no matter what, but then you have to pick your path. This is you pick your path at the beginning, and then almost similar things happen. I understand there are limitations, especially for doing as big of a game as this is, because this is a big game. But I think Fire Emblem Fates did it a lot better. You had, from that point where you choose your path, completely different. Oh, hold on. Sorcerer referred to, they were immersed themselves in magical research with the help of their friends and all the school resources. They made one astounding discovery after another. Considerable achievements, the revitalization of both the houses. They grew ever closer over the years. As time wore on, they became less like friends and more like family. It is said that they began to speak each other as if they were dear sisters. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, these two! Yes! Bernadette's struggle with anxiety made it difficult for her to take over House Varley. She became so overwhelmed so that when Yuri had a chance to visit her domain, she literally grabbed a hold of him and refused to let go. Baffling as it is for Yuri at the time, this particular state eventually led to the marriage. The common folk were initially perplexed, but over the years became grateful for Count Varley's surprising husband. His presence, it kept her calm, helped her deal with people frequently easy. As a result of the talent for governance blossomed over the rule. That's great. Oh, the two of them! Wow. After the war, Ash was formally knighted and appointed to the new head of House Gaspar, which had no successor. Young and experienced lord faced a great deal in governing until his court was blessed with a new advisor in Marianne, using skills imparted by her adoptive father. Marianne helped manage to solidify his position as prosperity Gaspar grew. Soon Marianne. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, Leone's by herself. No. Oh no. Leone joined up with the mercenaries formerly led by Gerald. As his greatest apprentice, she took on quickly a leadership role and eventually inherited the title of Bladebreaker. She became known as Gerald II. Oh no. Uh-oh. I think this happened to the last one. No, it didn't. Gosh. In my own personal playthrough, it happened. She joined Merritt Karamak to inform the church of her decision to relinquish Ordelia territory. She encounters Cyril. They eventually join Ceros during their reunion. Cyril confessed her love. Well, his love for her. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, the two of them? Oh my gosh. Caspar and Hilda, under no pressure to inherit any noble title, spent early years in peace. After the war, traveling, they journeyed every corner of Poland, even ventured abroad every now and then. Caspar's antics caused endless entertainment for Hilda, who loved to stand by and watch him fight or squirm his way out of trouble. Eventually, the free-spirited adventurer was called to an end by Hilda's brother, Holst, after Caspar... Okay. Oh, they had many children. Claude left Folin entrusting his future to his friends. He intended to travel to his home of Elmira, but fell in love for Petra and drew him west to Bridget. He won her affection after receiving her blessing of her grandfather, King Bridget. The two were wed. Some years later, he inherited their respective thrones. Oh, I'll have to pause that. Okay. As ascending to the throne of the first leader of the United Kingdom of Folin, Byleth announced his marriage to Happy. Her disquieted lineage earned her more fair share of detractors, but over time, as the royal couple restored Folin together, people became to appreciate the competence and Tectern wit. Some years later, those who slid in the dark emerged, frightened Folin once again, and it said, oh gosh, I need to pause those. I hate that it's on there for like a split second and you can't read it. Anyway. But yeah. That is that. Back to actually, I was really interested about the people who ended up together. I really do like this game, but when it comes to what it does as far as the different chapters and everything, I wish it did take the Fates route to where it, like, when the first mission you have to take care of as a professor, I know they trust it to you specifically because you're the professor, but I kind of wish that, oh, you picked this house, you do this job or that job. It would make a lot more sense, and maybe make some use of the paralog areas as like your mission areas, like the one with where you had to have Bernadetta and Petra in it. Maybe that be a chapter mission for the Black Eagles, because you're doing like a diplomat mission to Bridget. I kind of wish they did more of that, but they didn't. And whereas with Fates, you had literal other... It was pretty much three separate games. And I wish this game did that, and it doesn't. And I'm so sad. Granted that there are, in part 2, they do separate into different missions themselves, but the first, part 1 is almost a carbon copy of itself every time. And that's why I was kind of just, let's just kind of do whatever. Not worry about it. But that's my biggest gripe about it, is that specifically happens. And I hate that it does, because otherwise it would be a phenomenal game, more so than previous titles. I will say this is not my favorite Fire Emblem game, after playing it as much as I have. I would put that to other games wholeheartedly. But that being said, that is the end of the Golden Deer route. I'm not gonna. We've seen these credits before, so I'm not gonna worry about it. When we come back to this, we will be doing the Black Eagle route. But in the meantime, there will be more Golden Sun and more Monster Hunter. I don't know exactly how long Monster Hunter is going. Currently, I'm trying to go through the high rank stuff to, I think it's like 6 or 7 star. I forget which stars I'm at this point with it. But once I'm done with Monster Hunter, it's going to be strictly Golden Sun until this comes back. If this comes back before I'm done with Golden Sun, I don't know. As far as recording wise, I've almost gotten to the halfway point. We're getting there, but it's still quite a ways away. But thank you all for joining me for the Golden Deer house route. When we come back, we will be hopefully not as exhausted playing maybe, I don't know, but there's a lot to it, and it'll be kind of a more frequent thing that shows up. And once we're done with that 2 years later, no, once I get all this recorded, I'm going to be uploading it, and hopefully this 2-year project will be done. Golly. This is, as far as how long it's taken me to do it, this is the longest project I've been on. As far as like amount of time I put into it, this is the longest project I've been on. So yeah, it's even longer than the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. Yeah, that took almost a year with me just doing that. Oh man. But that being said, again, thank you, and I'll see you guys when we come back. Or if you're watching the other series, see you in the next one. Later.
What a